He is shocking everyone as this player is having a historical season in AAA and could be a missing piece for this Padres offense. Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today, it's a hot take day. Time to talk about, again, Luis Campusano. Yes, did I kind of say he might have a huge impact? Maybe. It's left to be seen. But with how good he is playing in AAA, there has to be something there. Also, there's something right there. Apply. But there has to be something there, right? So I just saw this the other day, and I thought I'd talk about it. There needs to be some serious talks about a statue being built. With 4 home runs in his last 2 games, Campusano now sits alone at the top of your Chihuahua's all-time home run leader. 52 home runs. So you don't hit 52 home runs without being like a little talented, right? Obviously, he has 0 hits in the major leagues. And let's get this out of the way first. First of all, I'm not saying we should call him up right now, because obviously, no. Second, though, September is coming up, and rosters will be expanded, and he could be a possible option. But thirdly, I'm not saying he should be the option, but I want to talk about it. I think we should talk about it. Because basically, there's 2 hitters that I think will be called up, and we'll get into it later in the video. But I just want to give you a case as to why Campusano might be a good option. So let's start with some quotes, because who doesn't love some quotes, right? San Diego Union Tribune from Jeff Sanders said this. Campusano homered 2 more times Thursday, leading AAA El Paso to a 10-5 win at Reno. The blast pushed Campusano's total to 21. He also singled and drove in 3 runs and lifting his batting line to 321, 431, 617 through 78 games. Campusano was 0 for 21 during his time in the majors this year, all while playing sparingly and not catching an inning, while the team preferred Arraez Diaz and the since-released Martin Maldonado handling the pitching staff. The Padres acquired Freddie Fermin from the Royals at the deadline and installed him as the starter ahead of Diaz. Thursday was Campusano's 2nd straight 2-homer game for El Paso. So kind of what that means is that he sucked in the major league, and we kind of replaced him. Is basically what I got out of that. Well, let's talk about some more things real quick. Campusano had 2 more hits and a pair of walks while manning first base for the Chihuahuas, so he can play first base now. He has reached base at least 3 times in each of the last 4 games and is sporting a ridiculous 488, 588, 1.024 line in 51 plate appearances so far this month, which is beyond insane. He's basically getting a hit 50% of the time. I forgot to do math for a second. Well, he's basically hitting it 50% of the time, right? Basically. Not exactly, but basically. Right? And then finally, in 252 AAA games, Campusano has 50 home runs, now 52, owns a stellar 304, 386, 531 line. While there is nothing left for him to prove at plate in AAA, there also appears to be no path to the big leagues with the Padres. So Campusano, I understand that look. That look says, I should be here, but I'm not performing here. And by here, I mean the Padres. It's frustrating and honestly confusing, Campusano's entire career with the Padres so far, because we've seen him play good in the majors, right? And we've seen him catch good games, like he caught Dylan Cease's no-hitter. But what's happening? You know what I mean? Obviously, number one, AAA, hitter's paradise. You know what I mean? Like, you could bunt and hit a home run there. And I saw actually a very, very interesting point that I just remembered right now. I don't know where I saw it, but I know it was on Twitter. Luis Campusano, if the Rockies wanted to trade for him, I think he'd be a great catcher in in Coors Field, because that's a hitter's paradise. Campusano does good against or in hitter's paradises. So if the Rockies gave us someone good, I would honestly trade Campusano to the Rockies. That being said, he would probably play really well against us, so maybe that's not a good idea. But if depending on what we can get from the Rockies, maybe that'd be a good idea. I don't know. That's a complete hypothetical. So don't take it as it's gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Andrew wants this to happen. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I thought it was interesting. But yeah, we saw that already. He has that 52 home runs, or 21 home runs, 52 in total. And then we'll talk about him in a sec. I kind of spoiled that a little bit. Don't mind me. But yeah, like I said, September 1st, we can go from 26 to 28 players, which means 28 can get called up, but there's a pitcher limit of 14 pitchers on the 28 player active. And currently we have 13 active pitchers. So, who's going to be the pitcher? Honestly, it's either going to be Michael King, because he'll be back from injury at that point. And I don't know if we're going to keep Randy Vasquez up. If we don't keep Randy Vasquez up, I don't know how many options he has left. But if it's not Randy Vasquez, we're probably going to call up Sean Reynolds. So either Michael King comes back and Randy Vasquez stays, or Randy Vasquez goes back down and Sean Reynolds gets called up. Or Michael King will go for rehab for a little bit, which he may or may not. I mean, I'll probably need at least one rehab game. And we'll have Sean Reynolds get called up and then called back down when King is ready. So that's who's going to be the pitcher side. But we have one position player open, or slot open for position player. And basically, here are your two options. There we go. Here are your two options. Campusano, Willie Wagner. This is the guy we traded for in the trade deadline from the Blue Jays. And then you know who he is, right? So we've already established. Here he has 21 home runs in 353 plate appearances in AAA this year. He has amazingly good stats, again, in basically Coors Field, AAA. So he's young. He is, how old is he actually? 26-year-old? Yeah, he's still young. He has potential. It just has not worked out. He can play catcher, or I guess now he can play first base. We don't really need another first baseman because our entire team is first baseman pretty much. We're a team of entirely shortstops and entirely first baseman, basically. But he can play a DH or he can catch. So if we think about the future, right, next year, honestly, it might just be Freddie Fermin, Campusano as our catching tandem, and then maybe if Salas gets better, like feeling wise, like his injury wise, but also better at the plate, because he was struggling a little bit before he got injured. But I still think Salas is a year or two off, right? So next year, unless we like sign Diaz again, I think it's going to be Fermin and Campusano. So maybe getting Campusano some reps before the season ends would be a great idea. It depends on the playoff race, you know what I mean? Because September is obviously the last month of the regular season. And as we saw from this Dodgers game, I don't know if this is coming out today or tomorrow. We'll find out. But it's a very competitive division right now, at the top two at least. So, yeah. If not Campusano, then, like I said, the other option, Willy Wagner. I don't know why I put a German accent on it, but it's fun to say. Willy Wagner. So he can play anywhere on the infield, which is great, right? He's basically Tyler Wade, but not as fast. I don't know how his defense is. Does it say anywhere defensively? I assume he's good defensively because he can play multiple positions. So, yeah, I mean, we traded for him. He just won, I think it was last week, Player of the Week. Yeah, I don't remember what the date this came out was, but in 5 games, he had a 429 average, 538 on base, 9 hits, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. So clearly he's a good player, right? Not Campusano good, but they have different skill sets, right? Will Wagner is your utility guy. Campusano is supposed to be your power bat, or at least a good bat in general. It can snore the ice cream truck going on behind me. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm going to give some ice cream later. But, yeah, I think if I had to put a percentage on it or like a chance, genuinely, I know this whole entire video is about Campusano. I think they're going to call Willy Wagner up, to be honest, just to see what he has. But I don't think this organization has a lot of faith in Campusano. I personally don't have a whole ton. Like, if I had to put a percentage on it, I would have like 25% confidence in Campusano right now. But I still want to develop that 25% confidence. I want to work on him because, like, what are we going to do with him? Right? There's literally no point in keeping him in AAA. He can hit there. He has nothing left to prove in AAA. So there are only two options. See what he has in the major leagues or get rid of him. Right? Because I don't want to say he's taking up a roster spot, but he kind of is. Right? The only reason we shouldn't get rid of him right now is because if Fermin gets injured, right, we have to call up Campusano. Or if Diaz gets injured, we have to call up Campusano because there's no one left. Right? We got rid of Brett Sullivan. We got rid of Maldonado. We got rid of Valenzuela. Salas is obviously not an option, so that's why we have him. But it just feels like we're letting him rot. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I think that's everything I have to talk about. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you want Willy Wagner up, or do you want to give Campusano another chance? I think personally, I would want Campusano over Wagner because actually, Tyler Wade. I just remembered Tyler Wade existed for a second. I'm so sorry, Tyler Wade. I love you, Tyler Wade. He's the third option that could be called up, and maybe Tyler Wade's the most probable option. So my bad, y'all. Completely forgot about Tyler Wade. So Tyler Wade won. What's gonna happen? Tyler Wade won, Willy Wagner, and then Campusano. What I want to happen, Tyler Wade, because I love you, and then Campusano, and then Willy Wagner. So yeah, really just changed the entire video. Me remembering Tyler Wade exists. I'm so sorry, Tyler Wade. I love you. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think you want to see Campusano again, or do you think we should let him rot in AAA? Do you want him off the team? Do you want to trade him to Colorado, or just release him in general? What do you want to do with him? And yeah, let me know how you guys feel about everything coming up today. And have a fantastic rest of your day. Go Padres. I hope they won today. Or I hope they will win today. I don't know when this video comes out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe and go Padres. Goodbye.